It is cold. I know I've been off for the last 2 weeks. Well, not really off. I don't really get to take time off. That's okay. Struggle to get this on. And good morning, Alan. How are we doing today, brother? Getting all festive. Let's get that fire going, huh? Put this over there. Much better. How are we doing today, Alan? What's on your bench today? Yeah, you're sitting by the wood stove. Yeah, it's a chilly one. Oh, it feels so nice on my hands. Oh. So we got a few things going on today. The main one is we are going to be working on a nutcracker. So I think it's both appropriate for the season, and I think it'd be a fun little project. Something I can do easily within the hour. I'm still reorganizing from the shows. I didn't make a dime out at the shows. I need to make some more S-hooks because I robbed them all from here. But hey, it happens, right? Yeah, I want to make a little nutcracker today. I saw a few different styles that I kind of liked. So we'll see where that goes. I like how responsive that is, right? A few minutes we'll be able to throw on some what you call it there. We'll throw on some coal there, put the motor on there and really get this cooking. This is so fucking cozy, right? Feels nice, doesn't it? Little fireplace. Got the whole thing going here. So hello, Jave the guitar, and Richard Kent. All right, hello. I just really want to get these caught here good first before I put a mound of coal on. What do you mean you got to rebuild your design? Who said hello there? Let's see. El Con, hello. And Alan, as well as start the STL file hunting journey. Interesting. Oh, have to rebuild your design folder. I thought you were saying rebuild. All right. I thought you had to rebuild your wood stove or something. It's like, ugh. I thought you just finished that. So the second little project I want to try and finish here today, and hopefully we can test it. And they're almost done. Santa hat? Yes. This ain't the hat. So I made some gravers. I want to try doing some engraving work. So probably won't focus on it, but yeah, made 2 gravers. I still need to finish them. I want to polish them a little bit better. They haven't been hardened or tempered yet. So we'll be doing that. 2 different sizes. They're both kind of line tools. So I'm just kind of testing out geometry a little bit and you know, seeing what we're doing there. All right, that's starting to come up nice. All right. Oh, look at that. That's condensing beautifully. All right. All right. Awesome, right? You know, I've always wanted to try engraving, but gravers are expensive. I'm a blacksmith. I can just make it. Right? Right. Gonna get here in a second. Oh, come on. All right, that seems pretty good to me. How about you? Seems good? Seems good. All right. Let's see. I need to get my engravograph machine up and running. Ooh, that sounds fancy. Hello, Army George. How we doing? Damn, this looks so good, right? Trust me, it feels just as nice as it looks. All right. So this is what we're working with. It's 3/16 inch by 1 inch and everything else 19 inches left. And so are you a poor YouTuber. Not exactly poor, but cool. Use stencils to engrave on smaller. Oh, that's cool. So that's like a panther router almost, but for engraving. And be safe with the fire. I always am. So actually, what we should do first, I'm thinking, is let's before we get this hot. What I'm thinking is give myself 3 inches at the end, right? And then give myself another 2 inches. And we'll start doing the handles and stuff. Let's do that now before we get it in there. Let's see, 5 inches right there. We'll do 5 inches right here. This guy. And Jennifer, ignoring my sweet comment, I didn't see your comment. Oh, Santa baby. Hi. And hello from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Army George, I'm going to Hero Day. Cool. Let's get this started with some marking some stuff here. They got the first one. We're going to make that mark here at 5 inches. And make another one back here at 5 inches, roughly. Now, oh, that's a good fire. Look at that baby. All right. We're going to use a big hammer to start this off. It probably needs more coal, but we're going to let it burn down a little bit first. And missed you while you're doing off doing shows. Yeah, well, it does happen, especially around the holidays. Things kind of get a little last minute. And I run around like a chicken with my head cut off. There we go. Is one side marked? Let's cool it off and do the other side. Yeah, I didn't make too much money while at the other show, while doing those shows, but you know what? I had a ton of fun. It was good getting to, test out the new mobile smithy. Might be doing I got invites to do more shows down around that area. Maybe even do a whole thing at a school down there, which will be nice. We'll show kids how what blacksmithing is and how it's done. Can we get a 360 of the room? Yeah, sure. And if my son is watching, close your eyes. Because there's something in here that you can't see, kiddo. Ready? All right. So it's not the world's best shop. It's kind of small and cluttered. And I'm working on fixing that. Now, where's our mark? There it is. That might be a little too small, but all right. So what I plan on doing now is splitting this, right? Should I split that yet? I mean, I could just cut the halfway mark and then work them like that. I think that's what we'll do. So 19, what's half of 19? It's 9.5. There's a chisel over here. Let's use this one. Doesn't matter all that much, right? And after this, we're going to have to use the tongs. Let's get it up. Let's see, what else? Cool shop. Well, thank you, Alan Knott. And that's good too. Like, really, I could be there all day long working on projects. There are times where I'm here all day and sometimes all night working on stuff. You know, I want to get a bigger shop so I can be organized. When it rains outside, it rains inside. So I've had tools and projects ruined and stuff. Anyways, nutcracker. We're going to do that first. And then we're going to try and do the heat treating on the graders. There's okay. I'm not going to use this. Really need to dress this, don't I? Organize. There's good ideas, right? Once I get that bigger shop, though, we'll be set. There we go. All right. And I can't wait, right? It's going to be so nice. And where are you looking to move the shop to? Well, I found this one building that's in the next township over, which is significantly closer than where I am now. We're going to do the jaws and stuff first. Work on that. I could buy the building for about $8.5 grand. It needs work. So I'm not saying it's got to be easy. But I figure if I can get that whole thing down, I'll be in a much better position to, start having classes and stuff and everything. And it's about a 50 by 50 building, so I'll be able to have the wood shop on one side, a hallway, and then the smithy on another. Which, just having these two separated would give me so much room. But you see how little room I have in the smithy now. That means I could then put in a power hammer, have a couple extra anvils laying around, have some more permanent fixtures, and that'll let me have classes there. So I can start having people coming down and doing classes and stuff. And Albuquerque Moto Boy Corinthians. What about it? Anyways, that would just give me so much more versatility and everything else that it'll be a lot nicer. And I think it'd be pretty self-sustaining if I could have a permanent shop and stuff, a 50-foot shop and land for $8K, right? Well, there's a few caveats to it. It is a derelict building, so I'm going to have to put in a significant amount of sweat equity. Into it, but we can do that. So let's start figuring out these dimensions here. So this front here is going to become something slightly different. This is a big hammer. right, so this front bit's got to make a lot more sense in a little bit. And Marlon Bruce said hi, hello. And so did Ricky MS. Howdy, howdy, folks. See, I'm pretty sure it was like an old cigarette shop or something where this place was. So there's land. There's a good building on it. I just, they put on a new roof and everything else. But I think we can make it work. Hi, what am I doing? Today I am making a nutcracker because it seemed appropriate for the season. Now I'm going to finish and test out some gravers I made. I need to harden them, temper them, and polish the bevels and stuff. I'll probably end up polishing the whole thing. But before I get that far in life, I want to test them out. So I'm going to put the hole somewhere right about here. And then I'll work on trying to figure out where the teeth are. And then from there, I can just go and quickly, do the handle then. Make it a nutcracker. Do I sell them? I haven't yet. This is the first one. But if I do, once I get this, once I get it worked out, heat treat. All of these that I got are all awful. I need a heat treat. I don't know if these are even heat treatable. I'm eventually going to make all my own from coil stock. And JDLQBAL. Hello. But yeah, I need to make all my own punches and stuff because these kind of suck. Or, get purpose-made ones. Yeah, these suck. But they were free. Hey, you! Hello. What am I trying to make? I am working on a set of, trying to make it a nutcracker. Silly fun kawaii. Yes, I do. You are not too long ago. Oops. Message redacted. Santa! Are you hot over there? Not really. It's kind of cold, to be honest with you. Now I'm thinking, if I pull this back here, just a wee bit, and then, make the teeth right here. I should only need like 2 inches or so. And then the rest of this can be handled. Then we can work on this, by itself. Let's do that. Right there. Actually, I should be doing this now with the knife tongs. I think that should be more than enough. We'll flatten that out there, and then we'll put in the teeth, I think. There's always a chance I'm screwing this up somehow. And this is kind of nice because it thickens up this area. Which will keep everything running pretty smooth. That's kind of ridiculously long. So we're going to figure out where we need the thing in here. Probably the 100th person to ask, but what am I making? I'm making a nutcracker. Figure it's appropriate for the season. Yeah. I do think I kind of screwed up, though. I think this here should have been on the other side. Hi from Italy, Giovanni C. Giovanni? I don't know. Hello, nonetheless. Let's just get this evened out. We'll get the two of them to match. Is it hot? Yeah, it's pretty hot. I'm cold as hell. All right, those match pretty good. Not exactly, but pretty good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that, we're going to mark it. I think 2 inches is about all we need to go. How's the Iron Man suit coming along? Fantastic, I flew here in it. Then you see me go across the sky? Will do. So Tony learned to make suits for you. Of course. I was doing this way before Tony Stark was Iron Man. I used to do the smarts till flew my eyes. That's why I keep things so low. When things get a little dangerous or sketchy, I do have a set of goggles. I actually have a full face shield that I wear. Is that a coal forge? Yes. So I have a coal forge here. This is solid fuel, so I can run any solid fuel in it, really. And then this is my little gas forge. And the mobile smithy has is powered by coal as well. It's a solid fuel forge. So let's figure our 2 inches. Actually, I should probably just keep that on there. Let me get this hammer over here. Do 2 inches. Right here. Let's go a little bit further. That's where I'm going to start the handle. So what's your air source? Well, right now, I have a double lung bellows. And I also have a little vacuum cleaner that I have running backwards. The mobile smithy only has a double lung bellows, but I was able to make that to such a size while still keeping it, mobile, that I can run anthracite coal on just a double lung bellows, and I can keep that hand pumped all day long myself, which is pretty impressive, at least in my eyes. It is. Kind of makes me want to redo these bellows down here. Let's get everything nice. That's pretty close. I'm going to work this handle out a little bit more before we get into the nitty-gritty of doing the whole front end. So, by the way, what did you make? Right now, nothing. I'm working on doing the. I'm working on a. How long did I make that thing? Those 5 bricks on a wood table, kind of. So I have an old tractor tire here. In a 2-year, I filled the whole thing with filler and refractory cement, and built it up to the edges, so it has a nice, large bowl. And yes, it is a wood table. I've been using primarily wood forges for 22 years. So right now I am working on the arms and legs. No, the arms. We'll get this out before it starts burning. Making a nutcracker. All right, it's not too bad. So yeah, working on a nutcracker here. Figured it'd be nice and appropriate for the holiday season. That's why I'm wearing the Santa hat. That's cool, thank you. So let me figure the next step here. I guess the next step would be to clean up those the eyes, make sure they fit a thing. I also need to offset those. I'll do that later. I think what I should do is put the teeth in the into the nutcracker part. It's gonna have a bit of a scallop to it, so if I can get to, yeah, you know what? I'll do that after, before I rivet them together. I'll do that with the what you call it, with the grinder. Let me clean up those eyes first and get these arms drawn out nice and good, and then we'll worry about the rest. Not too bad. Well, thank you, Kat. And Old Bull, making a nutcracker. Looks like you have one in your hand, right? Ooh, a little spicy. Or is that long punch I was using? I'll use that to drift it out just a little bit more. Here we go. I think I'm going to drift it out for a 3/16 inch rivet. Got some 3/16 here. So once we get that figured, we'll be in pretty good shape. Back up a little bit further. Pick up pliers. That's good. So how's everyone else doing? Keeps nose down, try sleep. Where am I located? Northeast Pennsylvania. Try sleeps. Sleeps would be good. Good you. Thank you. And also, happy solstice to everybody. At least in the northern hemisphere. The sun returns. The days are going to start getting nicer. Slightly longer every day. That's about where we need to be. The urge to just grab that cold end is unreal. And I know there's nothing cold about it, but ooh, it's still tempting. Even 20 years later, more than two decades I've been doing this bullshit. Still want to grab the hot metal. That's enough of that one. All right, what else I was doing next? Oh yeah, working out the rest of the little bits and pieces, the bits and bobs. Don't need this hammer anymore, or at least I shouldn't. Well, I will to cut the thing, but it's not a right now problem. Actually, I've been a little big on that hole. Jeez. Make sure. 3/16. Oh, we're good. What's the coolest thing I've made? Ooh, that's a good question. I'd say a couple years ago, I had to make a matching set of Damascus. There was three. There's a three-piece set. Two of them were walking canes. One of them was just a dagger. They're Damascus with bone handles. So two of them were cane swords, which were really cool. Super time-consuming, but the result was so worth it. You know. All right. Next thing we need to get these blades, centered. I love how that's thickening up so nicely. Oh. And then we can flip everything around, draw out those handles the rest of the way, and then start putting little curves and everything in things. What am I making today? I am making a. You can make sword? Yeah, I make swords all the time. Well, not all the time. I usually do 2 or 3 a year. Today I am making a nutcracker to the Creekside family. USTL. What is USTL? So, here, let me draw these handles out. Get those nice and warm. And I look really good, by the way. Well, thank you. And pigeon form. What's pigeon form? How much time, hours, day will it take to complete the nutcracker? I'm going to have it done today. It'll probably be another 20 minutes. We'll be done. I'm back. Well, welcome back. This one's in first, so it comes out first. Start this on this side. Back in the fire. Let's see. Raymond Better Count said hi, hello. And Frank Zart. Frank Start. Grand Start. I'm curious about forging. That's awesome. That's amazing. For how long have 22 years? Let's see. Mr. Puggy, watching from the Philippines. We call this work Panday, who make bolo. Cool. Love learning new stuff. Ooh, that one's spicy now. Look at that. This one's starting to burn. Starting to burn a little bit. That's all right. That's almost where I want it. I want to work these ends down a little bit more, these last few inches, just to make them a little bit prettier. Probably put like a little curly Q or something on them. I don't know. Then we can get working on the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. We're just about there. Which is nice that the offset's not going to be too bad there. You use charcoal or coke or something else. I use hickory, or sorry, not hickory, Vic. I use anthracite coal. And how did you get into this craft? What made you want to get into it? I got into this out of spite. Ooh. Actually, hold on. Let me take off my bigger thing here. I'm dying of heat. I'm sweating my ass off. Oh. Y'all still there? All right, cool. What size hammer am I using? I don't know. To be honest with you, I never checked the weights or sizes on them. I use primarily I use two hammers. This guy, which is a 3-pound cross peen sledge. That's the heavy hammer. That's the big hammer. And this guy, I don't know. It was an Eastwood bricklaying hammer. I don't know what it is. This is my favorite hammer. This is my go-to. I ground the end, so it's much more rounded, so I can get a rounding, like a peening type action on it. I didn't realize that was a 3-pound hammer. No wonder it sucks swinging that all day. And I got into this out of spite. My dad told me I couldn't have a knife for a camping trip. So I went out and made one. Well, what's that face there, Kaz? Yomas? So yeah, started this whole thing out of spite, and I just kept going. Made my friends some really cheap swords, and they ended up putting a dent in my skull right about here. So then I went and made a helmet. It's sitting up there. It's that guy. And then after that, I was kind of hooked. You lost your hammers. Oh, that's a shame. Can you borrow one of mine? Come on, there you go. I'm going to say the hell with doing the pretty on the ends. We're going to get pretty on this end. That's a prototype. And I also have just a ton of stuff to do today. All right, we'll do the offsets. I'll finish the tips. We'll grind in the teeth. Then we'll get this back into the fire to shape the handles and everything. Then we'll do we'll paint it and see how it looks. Can you show me the sword I made? No, because they're sold. And sorry, just logged in. What's your fuel? Coal? Yes, I'm running anthracite. It looks like the hammer I used when I worked in a sheet metal shop and formed seams. Yeah, it's pretty close. This is probably a little bit heavier. I don't have my sheet metal hammers out right now. Here's one of them. So I have a guy like this as well. This is the guy I use most of the time for my sheet metal. I got that one. I got a crossbeam one. It's kind of like this. And I have a couple Delman hammers. What did you make the knife? I made that knife out of it was a piece of angle iron from, what the hell was that? It's almost done. Yeah, it is almost done. I don't even know where I have that knife. It's around here in the collection somewhere. It was from a what the hell? Why can't I think about it? It's from a bed frame that, for whatever reason, they used high carbon steel in the bed frames. That's what it was from. And Norbert said hi, hello, and Keanu Costello, I love your beard. Well, thank you. And why did you let the hammer hit the anvil between hitting? Is that a technique? Yeah, it just helps me keep time. It also helps the return because it's less energy to let the hammer bounce up than it's just to pull it up by itself. Also, it lets me let go of the hammer for a second and get everything situated in my hand a little bit better. And you need to work out your donations so I can donate to you. Well, yes, I do. I need to get another 1,500 hours of watch time, then I can start taking super chats and donations on YouTube. However, you can go over to patreon.com/Knightsmith and donate to me there. The more donations I get, the cooler stuff I can do. All right, so I want this on that side. Actually, I could just mimic one of these guys. So this will be the top jaw, so that has to set that way. And we'll do the other one to match. There's a good chance we just have to make it all match and everything anyways. What's the chain on the anvil for? Oh, cool, thank you. That helps deaden the sound. So the anvil is strapped down. The anvil stand itself is full of rubble, and there's chains on here. It helps deaden the sound, so it's not a super high-pitched ring, and it helps, you know, just absorb a lot of the shock and stuff. This makes everything a little bit nicer. And trust me, even 1% nicer is a hell of a difference. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some redo on the ends here, and so we can make it out of. Need more coal. I think I need a better mic than this. Yeah, well, this is the upgrade. I'm back. I just bought your membership. Awesome. Well, thank you. Guess that means I need to start putting stuff on the Patreon again. All right. Gonna finish off that end, put a scroll on it. Then we'll do the teeth. You're welcome, man. You don't have to put anything. I just wanted to support you. Love what you do. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas right back to you. And what am I making? I'm making a set of I'm making a nutcracker. I don't know why I want to keep calling it a pair of nutcrackers. Because this is a pair of tongs, I guess. One scroll. What am I making? I'm making a set of tongs. Or not a set of tongs. I'm making making a nutcracker. Not perfectly the same, but close enough. Wow, thank you. Ain't that nice though? It's not much, but it's little details. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put teeth into this guy. So I do need to take off my festive hat for a moment. All right, that one's good. There's some teeth in it. And teeth on that one. So the next thing, I think, would be to we're gonna put some curve into this. Is that done? It's close. Gotta put some curve into this guy. We'll see where that lands the handles. Then we'll polish up the face and probably put a little bit of a blade almost on the teeth side. We're getting dangerously close to being done. Just to pat those back on. A little curve in it. Try and match the curve now. That's pretty close. I think that's close enough. All right, next thing is riveting this together. Let's get this all cold. Get this one nice and cold. Get that rivet cut. I know I have a pair of snips around somewhere, but seem to have misplaced them. So what we'll do, we'll get this in there. Get this pretty warm, and we'll half cut it. That should be enough material right there. One more bit here. Should be enough. And there's our rivet. What kind of metal is that nutcracker made of? Mild steel. Those need to get flipped around before I can really work the book. That's why I don't mind putting them in water, even ice cold water. So we got that going on right there. So what we're gonna have to do is take the ends and flare these out. But let's get this riveted. Ooh, I forgot the rivet was hot. Wow, that hurt. Much better. Switch over to the good old ball peen. Getting real close now, guys. No, this is too stiff. Next step, get it into the fire. I need to get 2 gloves on for this. I know, weird. You never see me wear 2 gloves. Well, almost never. I do when I have to quench stuff. A lot of adjusting. That's okay, though. Now, this top part here is for nuts that are a little too big to fit in. So you got a really big nut, you can pop it in there and squeeze it. Smaller ones, go in the teeth. Is it done? Almost. Let's get these handles straightened out next. Do it like that. Let's get it nice and warm. That's cool. Well, thank you. We're so close. We're almost there. Okay. So there's that. So now they won't interfere with each other when you're trying to close it. Now I want to bend these back a little bit. And right at the same point. Armor? No. Nutcracker. And funny, when you first said that you're making a nutcracker, I thought it was a decorative toy soldier kind. Nope. This has been cool to watch. So I'm glad. No wonder it's better to make it than buy it. It really is. And armor? Sorry, not this time. But I do make armor. Ooh. That's spicy too. A little extra spicy. That's fine. All right. One last thing to do. I thought you just made a weapon. I mean, anything's a weapon if you're holding it, right? Bernard, hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? And Spikeball said, hi. Hello, Spikeball. Like every good maker, I gotta sign my work. See, right there looks pretty good. Ah, perfect. Oops. All right, let's get that cooled down. Take a look at it. See if there's any more adjustments we need to make. All right. Not really. I'm just gonna straighten this out a little bit, and I think we're done. How much are my knives? Depends on the type. And do I make Bowie knives? Yes, I do. It's still cool, right? So let me get this buffed up a little bit. Let me peen this a little bit better first. We can wax it and call it a day. Peened a little too much. Gotta get it hot, I guess. Where do I get one? Well, most knives and stuff I make on commission. So go over to knightsmith.sales@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. We'll talk specifics, price, and deadlines. And yeah. All right. It's good. That's tight. Feels good in the hand. Let's sharpen this these teeth up here just a wee bit. We should be able to get going here. You have an Etsy too? No, I don't. and pendang sword. I can make those too. All right, so let's warm this up. Close that off. Well, we could turn that off too, actually. I used to have an Etsy. I do not like their business practices. So yeah, no more Etsy for me. Got to seal this whole thing here. Now, I know it's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, but this is the first nutcracker I've ever made, so I figure I'll give myself a little bit of grace. What do you think? Let's cool it off. Ooh, it's nice being able to hear again. All right. Not too bad. Let's see. Message retracted. You're from Indonesia. Awesome. I was thinking about opening one for my jewelry, but I don't know. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I am from Malaysia. Awesome. Well, thanks for watching. Just don't know if it's worth it to do jewelry and stuff. Go to craft fairs. Find a local shop or two that'll take you, and grow from there. You'll be doing yourself a huge disservice by using Etsy. Anyways, nutcracker. Wish I had a few nuts here to test it out on, but don't get dirty. Yeah, there we go. First nutcracker. So this is for bigger nuts. You can get them in there, like walnuts or whatever, and go. And then down here is for the smaller ones, peanuts, almonds, whatever. Is this something that I should actually spend some time on and make these? Man, you could really get a good grip on that. Anyways, make some money off them. Yeah, I think I can. I think to really make some money, I should work out all the dimensions and everything and have blanks laser cut. And then just do all the fit and finish. But you know what? It's not too shabby now, is it? I think 3/16 was a little too thin for this. I think if it was budged up to a 1/2 inch, it would do much better. Anyways, that's my live stream for the week. You're the pro, bro. Well, thank you. All right, so that's the week. Like I said, if you guys want anything custom, go over to knightsmith.sales@gmail.com. That's the business email, and we could talk everything there. Like, comment, subscribe, all that goodness, because I do this every week, or try to. The holidays kind of mess things up a little bit, but holidays and shows mess things up. Thanks, man. Good stuff. Well, you're welcome. Yeah. So, I'll be looking into it. Awesome. So, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and thank you for helping make this world better, one kerf at a time. And I'll see y'all later.